Hello everyone, welcome to the Blind 75 LeetCode question series. Now let's look at the next question, which is the maximum product sub array. I have already created all the other videos and you can watch them on my playlist on my channel. I have created the playlist over there. So what is this maximum product sub array? Now, if you have not watched the maximum sub array video that I have made, I will suggest that you watch that first, because that question and this question, they are both very much similar. Okay, the only difference is that in the earlier one, that is the maximum sub array, we had to find the maximum sum of the sub array. Okay, a sub array with the maximum sum, but in this question we have to find a sub array with maximum product. Now we are going to cover two main approaches over here. Okay, out of which we have already seen the first approach, that is the two-pass approach, which we have seen in this question, product of array except self. Okay, now if you have not watched this, I will suggest that you watch this as well. Okay, because they are very much related with each other. Okay, if you understand these concepts and this one, the product of array except self and the maximum sub array, if you are able to understand those two concepts, then this question is going to be very easy for you. Okay, now let's jump into the question and what it says. Like it is very simple, right? We have to find a sub array that has the largest product and return the product. Now how are we going to do that? So the first approach that we are going to cover is the two-pass approach. Okay, we have already seen what is two-pass approach. I am considering that you have seen that video. Now in the two-pass, what is the first pass? That is going to be from left to right, and the second pass is right to left. Okay, now there are a few differences that we are going to see over here. Okay, the first thing is that we will check so we will be requiring two things. First is the final answer that we are going to return. Okay, and the next is we will keep track of all the current product that we are using. Okay, we will assign that to 1 because we are multiplying, right? If we had been doing sum, then we'll be using current sum as 0. Okay, so what we'll do I'm sorry, in the first pass, what we'll do is that we'll multiply our current product with whatever value this is. We'll go through the array and we'll find the maximum between answer and current product. It's that simple. So 1 into 2, that is 2. What is right now? It is minimum value, right? So answer is set to a minimum value. Minimum value and 2, what is the difference? What is the maximum? 2 is always the maximum, so here it is. Now 2, this is done. 2 3s are 6, which is maximum between 2 and 6. Okay, so 3 is done. 6 into minus 2, that is minus 12. Minus 12 and 6 is greater. Minus 12 into 4, minus 48. Minus 48 and 6. So this is our first pass. Okay, in the second pass, what we'll do is we'll reassign our current product to 1 and we'll go from right to left. Okay, so 1 into 4, that is 4. 4 and 6, which is greater? 6, obviously. 4 is done. 4 into minus 2, that is minus 8. Minus 8 and 6 is greater. Minus 8 into, okay, this is done. Minus 8 into 3, that is minus 24. 24 and 6, minus 24 and 6 is greater. Minus 24 and 2, that is minus 48, which is greater? 6. So we'll return this. It is really that simple. Okay, so I'm hoping that you have already seen my video on product of array except self and you are able to understand this two-pass approach. Okay, so let's code. Like what is going to be the code? So the first thing that we need is our answer, and we'll set it to minimum value. Okay, and we'll also keep track of our current product, that is going to be 1. Okay, let's go through our first pass. Let me write it over here. This is our first pass. Okay, I is going to be less than nums.length I plus plus. What we'll do, first thing is that we want to multiply our current product with nums of I, and we need to check, okay, like what is the maximum between the answer and answer will be maximum of answer and current product. Okay, but one thing also we need to check is that if our current product at any stage it becomes 0, okay, that is, let's say we encounter a value that is let me write it over here. Let's say we have 26062, okay, like this. In this case, what will happen is that we have a maximum product over here, but then we have a 0, okay, and then we again have a maximum product here. Okay, if we take the whole array, okay, then our product will be 0. If we take the left part, then our maximum product will be 12, and in the right part also it is going to be 12. But when we encounter a 0, our current product becomes also 0. In that case, what we want is that the count should start again from 1. Okay, that is, it should consider this part of array as completely a new array. So for that, what we'll do, if current product equals to 1, then we'll set our current product to 1. Okay, this is our first pass. Let's go to the second pass. For this, what we'll do, I will be length -1, I greater than equals to 0, I decrement. And what I will do is that I will simply copy this. Okay, yeah, I will simply copy this and I will paste it over here, and at the end, our final answer. Let me submit this. Okay, there is a problem. Oh, okay, I forgot to reassign current product to 1. Okay, now let me submit this. Great, so our code is done. This is one method to solve this. Okay, now let's look at another method, and I will keep this whole code here as it is. Okay, now what is the next method? This is completely the next method is completely based on maths, and since this whole question is also based on maths, what we'll do, let me take this example, 2, 3, -2 and 4. We will take 4 things over here. First is going to be our answer that we need to return. Okay, next is the maximum value, minimum value, and our temporary value. What this temporary will do, it will take care, like it will help us to store this maximum value. Okay, how? So first thing is that since it is possible that we have only one element in the array, what we'll do is that we will assign the first element to these 3 variables. So this is going to be 2, 2, 2, and as it is. What we'll do is that as soon as we start going from this loop, we'll go from first index. Okay, because 0th index we have already stored in the variables. We'll go from first index and we'll do these steps. First of all, we'll assign our temporary to max. Okay, why we are doing this, I will show you in the next steps. Okay, secondly, we'll find max. How? Okay, so max is going to be what? Let's say we multiply maximum value with our nums of I. Let's say this is our nums array. Okay, maximum value with nums of I, minimum value with nums of I. Which will give us the maximum value? Max times nums of I or min times nums of I. Which will give us the maximum value? Why are we doing this? Because let's say right now this is a positive value. Okay, let's say the maximum is 3, minimum is 2, and nums of I is 2. 3 2s are 6, 2 2s are 4. Okay, so this is maximum. But it is also possible that our nums of I, let's say maximum times nums of I or min times nums of I. Let's say our nums of I is negative, -2. Okay, our maximum is, let's say, 8, and minimum is, let's say, -8. In this case, we will have this as -16 and this as 16, and this is maximum. Okay, so that's why we'll be using max and min both. Also, after we find this maximum, we will check if this product, is it really the greater than the nums of I that we are having. Okay, if it is, then we'll assign that to maximum. Okay, what I mean by that is that when we find a maximum value using this formula, maximum times nums of I or minimum times nums of I. Okay, it is also possible that nums of I is maximum and minimum and maximum are some negative number. Let's say this is 2 and 2. Let's say maximum is -2, minimum is -3. Okay, in this case we are getting -4, in this case we are getting -6. But if we use nums of I directly, we are getting 2, which is maximum. Okay, so for that also what we'll do, we'll find first the maximum between these two things, maximum into nums of I, minimum into nums of I, and we'll find if that is greater than nums of I or not. Okay, I hope you understood this. You'll be able to understand this better when we code. Okay, so yeah, and next third step is going to be to find minimum. Minimum also will be using the same thing, but if you will see, we have reassigned our maximum in this second step. So for that, when we are doing maximum times nums of I, instead of using maximum, we'll be using temp, because the value of maximum has changed in the second step. Okay, and this is the third step. After finding this third, okay, we'll find maximum, max of answer and max. Okay, these are the 4 simple steps that we are going to do. So as I said, we need first of all 3 things. That is max, that will be nums of 0. Then we have min, that will also be nums of 0. And we have answer, that will also be nums of 0. Okay, next we'll go through the loop starting from 1 till the length of our array. Okay, the first step is that we'll assign a temporary variable to max. Okay, we'll find max. Max is what? Math.max of, first of all we have to find max times nums of I. Okay, this is the first step, or min multiply by nums of I. Okay, and from this we also have to find the maximum between this one and nums of I. Okay, similarly we need to find the minimum value. So what we'll do, minimum will be math dot minimum. Okay, minimum between which one, which two? Math dot minimum value temp times temp multiply by nums of I, or minimum multiply by nums of I, and from this again nums of I. Okay, it is really that simple. Are we good? Yes, and the next thing, the last thing, is that we need to find the maximum between answer and maximum value, and we'll simply return our answer. Let me submit this, and I hope you are good. Yeah, so you see, it is really that simple, and although it is taking a little bit more time, I don't know why, but that is that. So today we saw 2 different approaches, 2 different methods to solve this particular problem, and I hope you understood both of them. Okay, if not, then I will suggest that first you watch these two videos, product of array except self and maximum sub array, because that is what we have done. Product of array except self is the 2-pass approach, and maximum sub array is like the parent question of this maximum product sub array. Okay, So yeah, that's it for this video, and do let me know how you are liking this playlist, and let me know if you want any other videos, or do you have any other suggestions or criticisms for me. Okay, so yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Till then, keep coding.